Today we will continue with the history chapter, the national movement, and we were having a look at the popular leaders of this freedom struggle. We have had a look at Abul Kalam Azad and Chakravarti Rajagopalachari. Now today we will have a look at Vallabhbhai Patel. Now, Vallabhbhai Patel, he was a political leader as well as a social leader, and he played a major role in the country's independence for country's struggle for freedom, and he guided the integration of India. At the time when India got independence, and it was partitioned into India and Pakistan, the princely states were left like that, and the princely states means those who were ruling in their own territories, in their own kingdoms, but were under the supremacy of the Britishers, and basically they were those who have signed the subsidiary treaty or the subsidiary alliance with the Britishers. And so these princely states, they were given the option that they could join, be united with either India or Pakistan. So Vallabhbhai Patel, he played a very important role in the integration of these princely states into India, and in India he is often referred to as Sardar. Now he was born in a countryside village area in Gujarat, and he was a successful practicing lawyer when he was so he was a practicing lawyer when he was inspired by Gandhiji's work and his philosophy, and later on he also organized the peasants, the farmers of Khera, Borsad and Bardoli in Gujarat in non-violent civil disobedience movement against the policies of the British rule, and he became one of the most influential leaders of Gujarat and rose to the leadership of the Indian National Congress and was in the forefront, means one of those leaders who were in the front line, the front runners in the Indian struggle for independence. Then Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Now he was the leader of All India Muslim League, and this founded this league that founded Pakistan, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah served as the first Governor General of Pakistan, and he is officially known in Pakistan as Quaid-e-Azam, means the great leader. Now, Jinnah, he rose to prominence, got prominence in the Indian National Congress, and he also, in the early years, talked about Hindu-Muslim unity and also helped shape the pact, the Lucknow Pact of 1916 with the Muslim League. So, the Congress, they split in it in 1907, and the moderates and the radicals in the Congress, they split at the Surat session in 1907, and they reunited again at the Lucknow session, and during this year 1916, the Congress and the Muslim League, they also left their differences and presented the British with their common demands, and so he also helped during this Lucknow Pact. Now the failure of the Congress and the League, they could not work together or could not form a coalition government to govern the country after the independence, and so nothing was now left but only the partition of Pakistan and India. And as the Governor General of Pakistan, Jinnah, he also led the efforts to rehabilitate the people, because both sides of the border, there were so many people who were living as refugees. So many people left that side to come this side, and this side from they went to that side, and so there, just like Jawaharlal Nehru, he had to deal with the problems this side. So Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he had to dealt with the problems of rehabilitating the refugees and providing schools to the for the children, jobs for the people, and he also helped frame the national policies on foreign affairs, security, and economic development in his country, because he was the first Governor General of Pakistan. Now we move on to Jawaharlal Nehru. He was a major political leader of the Indian National Congress, a pivotal main figure in the Indian independence movement, and he was the first and the longest serving Prime Minister of independent India. Then he rose to become the Congress president, and this was under the mentorship of Mahatma Gandhi. Nehruji, he was a charismatic leader. He was a very good orator and had a charisma, a charm about him. He was a radical leader who wanted to bring about changes in the society. And when he became the president of the Indian National Congress, so in that year, the Lahore session of the Congress in 1929, the resolution for complete independence of Purna Swaraj was passed that year. So he was the one who advocated independence from the British Empire, a complete independence or Purna Swaraj, and he was recognized as Gandhiji's heir or one who will succeed Gandhiji. The Congress they passed a resolution. This I already told you, a resolution of Purna Swaraj, and this was under the presidentship of Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehruji, he raised the flag of independent India in New Delhi on 15th August 1947, and he served as the first Prime Minister of India. And the long term that he spent as the Prime Minister, it was instrumental in shaping the traditions and structures of modern India. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he was a Pashtun or a Pathan, and he was a political and a spiritual leader, and he is also known for his non-violent methods, and he was a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, and he was also known as Badshah Khan or Sarhadi Gandhi or Frontier Gandhi. Now, in time, Ghaffar Khan goal it came to be the formation of a united, independent, and secular India. So he did not stand for the partition of the country, and he wanted a united, independent, and a secular India. And to achieve this end, he also founded the Khudai Khidmatgar or Servants of God. Commonly, they were known as the Red Shirts, Lal Kurti during 1920s. And Ghaffar Khan, he had a close friendship with Mahatma Gandhi. And Ghaffar Khan, as he wanted a united, independent, and secular India, so he strongly opposed the partition of India. Now, towards independence and partition, uh, you know, uh, during the 1930s, the Congress they failed to mobilize the Muslim masses, and this led the League. This allowed the League to widen their support base or to get more support from the Muslims. And in the early 1940s, the Muslim League they sought to uh, enlarge its support. When most of the Congress leaders they were in jail, in prison, so the Muslim League at that time also they tried to get more support of the Muslims. And then in 1945, when the Second World War it ended, the British they started negotiations or talk with the Congress and the League. They started talks with the Congress leaders and the Muslim League, and for the independence of India, but the talks failed, and nothing concrete came out of it. And in 1946, elections to the provinces were again held, and the Congress it did very well in the general constituencies, but the League they were quite successful in the seats which were reserved for the Muslims, and so they persisted with their demands for Pakistan. And in March 1946, the British government they sent a three-member cabinet mission in India, and this mission was to discuss with the Indian leaders the terms of transfer to power, means that the transferring of power from Britain to India. But the Congress and the Muslim League they could not agree to many details of the proposal, and so now partition seemed more or less inevitable. That now there was nothing left but partition was a surety now. And after the failure of the cabinet mission, the League they continued with their demand for Pakistan, and it announced 16th August 1946 as a direct action day. And on this day, riots broke out in Calcutta, and they resulted in the deaths of thousands of people. Then, by March 1947, this violence has spread to different parts of northern India. And as a result of this partition and the riots, communal riots, thousands were killed, they were maimed, and many people lost their parents. They became orphans. Many died of disease and starvation. They did not have any food to eat. Million they became refugees, both the sides of the border. And the madness and the trauma that the people had to bear now, it was indescribable. We cannot describe it, because long life, long term friends, they became bitter enemies. And a partition, because of partition, the families were split. Some were able to cross the border, some were not. And people were now confused. They had confused identities. Earlier they were all Indians. Now in Pakistan, new country was born. And even India changed. New borders, but their cities changed, and a new country, Pakistan, was born out of it. So the joy of a country getting independence from the British rule, it was mixed, it was marred by the pain of birth of Pakistan. All right, so just a little bit look at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose also, and the INA, Indian National Army. Now, there were many great heroes which were born at the time of freedom movement, and each had their own methods of getting independence for India. Now, some believed in non-violent methods like Gandhiji, the Congress, and others, they were there who thought that force was required. And one such hero was Subhash Chandra Bose, who is popularly known as Netaji. Now, Netaji, he was influenced more by Lokmanya Tilak and Shri Aurobindo Ghosh, and so he did not agree with Gandhiji's view of getting independence through non-violence. And his heroes were Rana Pratap and Shivaji, and he believed that the only way to liberate India was through direct action, means that is through, if need arise, through violence also. At first, Netaji, he joined the Congress party, and he was even elected the president of the Congress twice. But because he did not agree with Gandhiji's view of non-violence, and so he broke off from the Congress and he formed a separate party called as the Forward Bloc. He was also imprisoned for his revolutionary activities, and on various occasions, so he was imprisoned also. At the time of World War II, the British, they were a tight spot. Now there was so much pressure from Hitler because of that, and Netaji, he was under detention in Calcutta at that time. And so he decided to take advantage of this fact that the Britishers had the mindset of something else. And so he dressed as a Pathan. He escaped to Peshawar, and then from there to Kabul, and then to Moscow. Next, he came to Germany, and there he met Hitler with his cause. Hitler was impressed by him and promised that he will help him, and he then organized the Indian prisoners of war to form the Liberation Army and free India. Then the Indian National Army, or the INA, in 1943, Netaji, he went to Japan and he formed the INA in Singapore. And the year 1945, it saw the INA waging a war in the northeastern side of a country, and he inspired the army with the battle cry of Dilli Chalo. And so even though he was not successful in this battle, but he got home this message. And the British, they realized that now Indians, they were really serious about uh, getting independence, and they would do anything, they would assume any means towards that. Means they would now settle for nothing less than complete independence, and they will do anything to get that independence. And on August 17, 1945, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he died in a plane crash while flying from Bangkok to Tokyo. And though he did not live long to see our independence, but his spirit still lives through his word. Jai Hind. Okay, so that was the chapter. I hope you all have understood. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so take out your pencils. We'll mark the exercises, and the answers I will send you in a PDF. Let's mark the exercises. As soon as you get ready with your pencils, just let me know. Should I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First is multiple choice questions. Which of the following pairs is incorrectly matched? Tell me the answers. Hurry up. Which is incorrectly matched in the first one?
Foundation of Indian National Congress 1886.
Okay, so that is wrong. It was in which year? 1885. Okay, so foundation of Indian National Congress was 1885. Now, which of the following was not a moderate leader? Among these four, who was not a moderate leader?
Option C, Bal Gangadhar Tilak.
Okay, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He was a radical. He was not a moderate. In Deltaic Andhra, which movement was referred to as the Vande Mataram movement? Yes. Which movement was referred to as the Vande Mataram movement?
Swadeshi and boycott movement.
Right, Swadeshi and boycott movement. It was referred to as the Vande Mataram movement in Deltaic area. Okay. When did the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy occur? Hurry up.
Ma'am, 13th April 1919.
Right, option B, 13th April 1919. Do or die slogan was given by Mahatma Gandhi at the commencement or the starting of which movement?
Ma'am, Quit India movement.
Right, Quit India movement. Which of the following statements regarding Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan is incorrect?
He opposed Mahatma Gandhi.
Alright, he opposed Mahatma Gandhi. That is incorrect. Right. Match the following. First president of the INC. Mark. W.C. Banerjee. First president of the INC, Indian National Congress, is W.C. Banerjee. Jallianwala Bagh.
Amritsar.
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 Right. Netaji.
Founder of INA.
Okay, right. Founder of INA. India's first woman governor.
Sarojini Naidu.
Right. Indian National Congress.
Found in 1885.
Okay, correct. State whether the following statements are true or false. The Arms Act of 1878 allowed Indians to possess arms.
False.
False. Okay, next. The first session of INC was attended by 72 delegates.
True.
True. In 1906, the All India Muslim League was founded by Aga Khan.
True.
True. In 1918, the British passed the Rowlatt Act.
False.
Which year the Rowlatt Act was passed?
1919.
1919, correct. Mahatma Gandhi started the Quit India movement in 1945.
False.
False. Which year?
Ma'am, 1942.
1942, right. Fill in the blanks with the words given below. Sarojini Naidu participated in the Dash Conference in 1931.
Round table.
Round Table, correct. Subhash Chandra Bose was popularly known as
Netaji.
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 Gandhiji arrived in Dash from South Africa in 1915.
India.
India, right. The Dash Satyagraha was a non-violent protest against the British salt tax.
Salt Satyagraha.
Okay, salt satyagraha. The Indian National Congress chose Dash as its main tactic for winning independence.
Satyagraha.
Satyagraha, right. Satyagraha. So these are the exercises, and I will send you the question answers also in a PDF.